Hey everyone, my name is Zuri, Coach Zuri actually. I am a credit, career, a positive mindset coach. I coach on anything life-based related, including accountability and mindset, positivity. Here documenting my health and wellness journey while taking the weight loss drug Mounjaro. So these videos started off as a personal video blog, to see where I started, to kind of share how I feel so I can reflect and go back with all of the progress that I made or didn't make during the course of time. And it's grown into a community. So if you are here because you're on the same journey or you're interested in starting your journey and you just wanted to hear from someone who's taken the same path as you, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Happy that you've made the decision to really move forward. And if you like what you hear, do me a favor, press the like. Let me know that you're here. Subscribe to the channel where I give weekly updates and information, just kind of sharing my views and opinions on how things are going for me. I'd love to hear how things are going for you as well. So if you are starting or thinking about starting or just want to share something about yourself, drop something in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'll definitely read all of them. Like I said, this started off on a personal journey, but it's grown. There's a few people here who are taking a look to see what we got going on. All right, so I'm going to get into it. This is going to be an overall of my 90 days on Mounjaro. So I started in January, finished my 90 days here at the end of April. Overall weight loss, give or take, I actually need to get on scale tomorrow, but give or take about 40 pounds, all together on my weight loss journey. So I lost 20 pounds before I started Mounjaro in 2024. So I did that with the keto diet, doing exercise. I did it here and there. I start. But that kind of totaled up to end up being 20 pounds. And then on Mounjaro so far, I lost about 18. So I'm going to roll it up to 40 because I'm going to get on the scale tomorrow. So it's about 40-ish pounds all together in my whole entire journey. So started off 198 a year ago. I started Mounjaro at 176. And now as of today, I am down to 158. So kudos to myself. Want to kind of rehash some of the things that I've gone through for the last 90 days. So the weight loss has been really slow for me, and I'm okay with that because I don't want to just have loose skin everywhere and just looking crazy. So my goal would be for 1 to 2 pounds. There were several weeks where I had 2 or 3 pounds that I kind of would gain and lose and gain and lose and gain and lose. So I had a struggle with that. One time I went about 3 weeks kind of recycling the same pounds. And eventually I was able to get through it. Some of the things as I was encountering that was preventing me from losing weight was I had severe constipation. So that is something that I encountered multiple times throughout the months. It would put me at a standstill because my bowels would just be at like rock solid. So if you're unaware, how Mounjaro works is it slows down, your stool and your bowel in your stomach so that you stay full longer. I think it's called satiety or some word. I don't know. It's above my pay grade. But whatever, it stops the food from moving so quickly, makes you be full so you don't eat as much, which is great. For the most part, for almost the entire 90 days when I did take the shot, it wasn't that I was full. So I wasn't interested in eating and I don't want to cook or anything like that, but it wasn't that I could not eat. So if I sat down and ate, for the most part, I can just eat. Now, if I ate too much, I would feel super full and be feeling like I'm going to throw up and be miserable. But it was not, for the most part, any time where I would just be like, oh, I'm so full, I don't want to eat anything, which was interesting. And that was at least almost the whole entire 90 days, which there was a change to that because last month I decided to start moving my shot location. So previously I was using the belly because that's where I got most meat at. And I didn't want to feel the needle. I hate needles. When I say I hate needles, I hate needles. So my doctor, in fact, had been telling me for over a year that I needed to really start treating my diabetes. And because he was offering needles, your girl was not interested. But finally, last year when I started losing the weight, my A1C was not going down. So it was kind of shocking me because normally I wouldn't take medicine. I would lose it, lose the weight, and then my A1C would go down. Everything would be fine. And then if I was in that situation again, I'd do the same thing, lose weight. But this time I lost 20 pounds. And my A1C started climbing up higher and higher and higher. It's like, ooh. So I did decide to start the shot, and I'm on Mounjaro, the one they come with the shot already preloaded in the capsule. So all I got to do is just twist it, take off the cap, put it on there. I don't have to touch the needle. I don't have to move the needle. If I put it in my stomach, I don't even feel the needle. So it was great. Like a win-win. I can get the results, lower my A1C and just move things around. So I was using the bottom left, then right, then left, then right, then left, and right. And I did that for about 2 months. Now, in between those 2 months, I had a lot of stalls. Like I mentioned, I was constipated really bad. So I even have a couple of videos of some of the things that I did to get rid of the constipation. So if you suffer from constipation, please check some of the videos. I've got one with like all of the different options that are out there available. Please take a look at that video if you're suffering from constipation, because depending on who you are and how your system is, one thing might work over another. And trust me, I tried every single one in the video. Finally, one of the things that was able to help me is that I took Miralax for 7 days in a row, like every single day, every morning I took Miralax. I also took a stool softener, and for a couple of days I took a laxative. So for 7 days in a row, I did that to just make sure that I just got every single thing out. Because even when I was using the things, I'd go to the bathroom and then I would be back constipated the next day. So it's like, what the heck? So I went ahead, I did it 7 days in a row, completely cleaned myself out, like clean as a whistle. Then after I did that, I started using Benefiber. So now every morning before I work out every day, Monday through Friday. I put Benefiber in my coffee, and I use some coconut oil, put that in there, and I use that every day, and that has helped me for the last 2 weeks. I haven't had an issue with any constipation, and I'm a person that was constipated even before Mounjaro, so it's something that I have a history with. So I knew that it would probably be an issue, but it took issue to another level. Like my stool was like concrete. It was just impassable. It's horrible. So for now, the last 2 weeks at least, the Benefiber and the coconut oil in my coffee has really been helpful. But at first, I had to clean my whole system out, and I did that with Miralax. So that really helped. Maybe that's something you can try if you run into that. All right. So another thing that I've noticed over the last couple of days, months, I have been losing weight, which is great. Pat myself on the back. I have not changed my diet. I've started many videos saying, I'm going to do keto. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to do it. But I hadn't done it. So I was losing slowly. But one of the things that I do notice is that I'm losing weight in weird places. Like I want my stomach to be super small, and it's not. So it's not as big as it was, but it's just not little. So I'm losing weight. My face, which is nice because I'm starting to look more like I did look, but I noticed I'm looking a little older, and I don't like it. So I'm going to have to figure out, how to get me some creams and whatever. I'm noticing that I lost weight in my neck. So one of the things, if you follow my story, you know that I have thyroid disease, and I do have some nodules in my neck. Last month, I got some biopsies done to see if they were cancerous, and they were not. Thank goodness, but I can see them more that I've lost some weight. So again, I've lost weight in my face. I can see my neck, which is good now that I can really take a look at these nodules. So I can tell if they're growing or moving to see if there's anything to worry about. And I'm losing weight in my legs and my butt. My arms are shrinking, but they're not really, shrinking, like they're not hanging or anything like that. But just not in the places where I want. I would love to get rid of my stomach. And one of the things I noticed when I did the keto diet was the weight would come off my stomach first. So that is not happening with this medicine. It's coming off in strange places, My wrists are super little. My ankles are little, like my legs. I didn't have a butt to begin with, but the little butt that I did have, that's gone. So I definitely need to incorporate some more weights and some more squats or whatever it is, because I don't want to have a flat butt, frowny face. So that's something that kind of aggravated me. And so because of that, yes, I'm saying it again. Yes, hold me accountable for the 30th time. I'm going to start a low carb diet. But this time I did go ahead and I purchased all of the food. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to absolutely do it. I started today. In fact, I had a bulletproof coffee for breakfast. Going to have me a milkshake for my mid breakfast. Going to have a salad, possibly some chicken for lunch. Not sure what I'm going to do for dinner, but I did in fact go out and I bought healthy foods. I'm just going to cut the sugar, the bread, and the rice. Try to incorporate more vegetables. Again, hold your girl accountable, because I've said this like 50 times. Hopefully this time I will do it when I check in for my next update. Maybe I'll have some information to say, yes, I did it. So at least this time I purchased the food. It's there. Hopefully it won't go bad or spoil or whatever like it's done this other 60 times. But I need to hold myself accountable. It's just one of the things with this drug. I already don't like to cook. And that's unfortunate. Like my husband, he would cook for us for many years. But since I don't like to cook, now I don't have a desire to do anything with food. Like I can eat, but I'm not, interested in it. So it's hard. But I bought the stuff. I am actually going to, put all the stuff together, meal prep. Like I'm going to do all of this stuff, right? And I'm going to do it. I got some little jars to put the stuff in. Maybe I'll pop in and do a quick little video after I've done my stuff for the week to kind of let you guys know, as an accountability check to say, hey, your girl has done what she said she was going to do 300 times. She's finally done it. So hold me accountable for that. We'll see. I think I'm going to do it this time. Let's see what else. Yes. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was, well, no, not the last thing, second to the last thing. As mentioned before, the last couple of months I was using the same shot location, and I decided to start moving the location around. So I started with the top left of my stomach, the right of my stomach. The first week I did the whatever side I did, it did well. I had lost some weight. The second week that I did it, unfortunately, my period came, and I'm premenopause, so my period is coming and going. So my period decided to come with a vengeance. So that week I had only lost 1 pound, but I did lose a pound. And the previous to those 2 weeks, I was at a stall. So I think moving the shot location really makes a difference. So maybe that's another video that I'll kind of talk about, because I started immediately losing weight when I started doing that. So last week I actually used my thigh, which is something that I've never done. The stomach, I've got all this meat on it. So I did my right thigh, and at first I thought to myself, I will never do this again. It was just terrible. It stung. First off, when I put the needle in, I put it in, it stung. After I finished doing the shot, I felt like I was electrocuted in my left leg. So I'm like, did like this, right? And then after that, when the shot was done, there was some little liquid on the top, which had never happened before. So I'm like, oh, this was a terrible experience. So I was thinking to myself, I probably didn't even have the shot in there. Like, it's probably this what the liquid is. The shot is on top of my leg. So I checked around and found that that's kind of a normal thing that people experience, that even with the liquid there. It doesn't mean the shot didn't go through. But then the next day, I decided to go and take one of my employees out. We had lunch, and I had a hamburger. I had a piece of a hamburger maybe this big. And I was so sleepy and so full that it impacted my day. Like it shut me down so bad. I put a video about that one. Like it shut me down bad. So even for the next 3 or 4 days, I had no appetite, and I had not experienced that fully the whole entire time that I've been on the shot. So I started in January. Like I mentioned before, I might have a little appetite suppressant, but I could always eat. There was never any time where I was like, oh no, I won't eat. If I'm not hungry, that was one thing. But I would say to myself, I've got to eat because you can't just go without eating. And I would just eat. This thigh shot prevented me from eating. I was so full. It was like I was full and hungry at the same time. So I felt like my food was just way up here. Even though I know that it wasn't, but it just felt like it was. I was miserable. I was top notch, miserable the whole time, couldn't eat. But something interesting happened because every day I was losing a little bit of weight, not necessarily a pound, but as it added up, and it was creeping up and creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. So the thigh is a place that has actually allowed me to lose weight. So interesting. Probably would have, the first couple of days, I thought to myself, I'll never use the thigh again, especially because of the experience. But I was able to lose weight. In the course of 4 days, I had lost 3 pounds, which is great. So yeah, next week or this week coming up, I'm going to be using my left thigh. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to try to grab it a little tighter or something if it stings too. I mean, it stung and then I was full and I couldn't eat, but I'll just prepare myself for that because being able to have my appetite suppressed could be very helpful because your girl can eat. Unfortunately, I still managed to lose weight, but I can eat. All right, so this video is so long. So last, I want to close out with, I've taken my 90-day lab work. So excited about that. So I want to close out with that. So my A1C is down from just under 7. It is I think it was 5.7 or 5.9. We'll keep hope alive and we'll say 5.7. Woohoo! So that is great. So that my goal was to move that number, move the needle to get it down. I'm excited about that because, as mentioned, I haven't been doing any dieting. So for me to not be on a diet and my A1C just from the medicine alone start moving in the right direction, that has motivated me to actually buy the food to see if I can cut out some of these carbs and get rid of this gut because I just got to get rid of it. Like that, having a tire around your stomach is really a health risk. And this is the reason why I started the journey in the first place. I didn't take Mounjaro to make my neck look skinny, right? I want to lose weight and be healthy. So I'm excited about that. My thyroid labs, 100% in the guidelines, which is super amazing. Nothing was over, nothing was under. I was afraid about that because there were these black box labels about thyroid disease. So all of those numbers were great. My cholesterol was great. Everything was top notch. So I just can't wait to see how this continues. So, that was a lot. That was an entire full 90-day recap of where I am. Again, total overall weight loss success from, for the whole year. We're going to round it out to 40 pounds. We're going to say 18 on Mounjaro since January in the 90 days. Awesome. And we'll see you on the next one. Do me a favor. Again, if you're here and you appreciate the journey that I'm on, you're here with me, do me a favor, like the video and subscribe so that you can get notifications when I come back and I can ramble in your ear some more. It's a pleasure to have you here. I certainly appreciate it. And thanks. Until next time.